I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game. And
folks watch the WNBA for Me Too. Angel Reese declared firing back at the frequent Caitlin Clark comparisons, and she's killing the heat. Patrick Bet-David just presented the hard figures. Clark is drawing a staggering 15,000 spectators per game, while Ree brings in just 10,000. That's a significant 50% differential, leaving Angel visibly irritated with the growing narrative. Yet there's more to this tale. Clark has also landed a major Nike deal, further solidifying her star power. Her meteoric rise has some comparing her to Tiger Woods, a once-in-a-generation talent who transcended his sport. This isn't about race, it's about influence. Caitlin Clark's undeniable impact has elevated the entire WNBA spotlight, and Angel Ree is benefiting from that surge, whether she admits it or not.
You don't think she has, literally put life into WNBA? Yeah, we're talking about it right now, but I don't think she's going anywhere. And I think she is going to literally turn this thing around, not because of the stupid controversial bump, but bro, people are selling out to watch this girl play.
Look, people love celebrity, and they love to watch achievement, and they love to see these new personalities.
Hey. In the end, Ree may find herself praising Clark for revolutionizing the league's visibility like never before. Let's go into what Patrick Bet-David, the host of the Valuetainment podcast, stated. WNBA viewership, all right, game 7,300 in attendance. Okay, the average Angel Reese game is 10,000, 110,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home on the road? What, 15,300? Good, 15,300. The figures give a clear picture of what's really happening in WNBA venues across the nation. While the typical WNBA game gets about 7,300 fans, there's a big difference when these two stars play together. Reese brings in 10,200 fans on average, a solid 3,000 increase that would make any player proud. But Caitlin Clark, she's packing arenas with 15,300 fans. That's an incredible 109% jump from regular attendance, and 5,000 more than Reese attracts. Think of it like a popularity contest where one contestant is drawing good crowds, but the other is causing fire code concerns because so many people want to get in.
WNBA viewership, okay? Game, 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300,
wow.
Okay? 15,300.
These attendance stats aren't just interesting data, they directly translate to what happens on the court. When these two stars squared off head-to-head, the result reflected their drawing power. Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever defeated Angel Reese's team in their game. The player who fills more seats also came out on top, where it matters most on the scoreboard.
Look at this. Caitlin Clark gets 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase compared to the average game is 76.45, and to Angel Reese, it's only 10,000.
Patrick Bet-David, co-host, described the situation with harsh honesty. He cut straight to the chase, saying, "I think there's some people. First of all, I think it's jealousy." He didn't even finish that statement. The conclusion was obvious to everyone listening.
Tom, thoughts on this story with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese?
I think there's some people, first of all, I think it's jealousy. I don't want to get in, there's a lot of articles out there that are using the R word and talking about this. I think it is pure, unadulterated jealousy. And the last clip from Angel Reese, they're watching me too. They're watching me too. It's like she's begging us to believe in her validation, whereas the numbers, words talk, Angel, numbers scream, and the numbers are screaming that the fans are coming.
What is the Nike contract with Caitlin Clark? Yes, Nike contract $28 million is what the contract is. That's right, major brands have noticed this explosive popularity. Also, Nike recognized Clark's exceptional star power and rewarded it with a $28 million contract, a price that towers beyond what most WNBA players have ever seen. The market has made its decision loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is shifting the needle in ways no women's basketball player has before.
What is the Nike contract with Caitlin Clark? Nike contract, $28 million is what the contract is.
The marketplace has spoken definitively. No player in WNBA history has created this level of immediate impact on attendance and viewer engagement. The numbers show she's not just a star, she's a once-in-a-generation phenomenon who's changing the entire landscape of women's basketball. Like, can you imagine being in Angel Reese's position? You're a fantastic player who increases attendance by nearly 3,000 fans, but then Clark comes along and nearly doubles that impact. It's no wonder there might be some tension. But instead of embracing this rising tide that could lift all boats, some players seem determined to push back against Clark's success.
Okay, this is WNBA is paying Caitlin Clark $28 million. Good for freaking you. By the way, that day when they played against each other, Caitlin Clark's team won the Fever.
What we're seeing with Caitlin Clark right now is virtually identical to what happened in 1997 when one athlete completely revolutionized golf's financial landscape overnight, and Patrick B. David just dropped a historical comparison that changes everything about how players like Angel Reese should view Clark's success.
But I want to point something else out. When Tiger Woods came up, I think the day he turned pro, Rob, I think it was a $40 million Nike contract the day Tiger turned pro. And in the years that followed, the purses in basketball, there it is, 5-year, $40 million deal as a young phenom. Nike knows how to do this. And Tiger drove the total purses in PGA up. Why? Because he brought eyeballs that
It goes up from 12.4 to 20.3 million. Did you know that before Tiger Woods emerged onto the professional golf scene, viewership was absolutely stagnant? Patrick met David reminded out that just 12.4 million people were watching the Masters tournament before Tiger arrived. When Woods stepped onto that course in his iconic red shirt, everything changed. Viewership exploded to 20.3 million people. That's a massive 63% leap. Tiger converted golf from a niche sport into a popular phenomenon with his electric play, charismatic presence, and boundary-breaking achievements.
Let's focus on Masters, okay? Look what numbers you see, 9.5, 5.6 million. No one's really watching it, right? 10.8, 13 million. Okay, now go all the way down. Tom, we got it, Tom. Glad you're directing here. Go to the first year where he comes in.
2001.
1997. Bingo. Oh! 20.3 million. It goes up from 12.4 to 20.3 million.
The Tiger effect created a financial renaissance for everyone in golf. Those massive viewership numbers translated directly into bigger television contracts and substantially larger tournament purses. Even golfers who never won tournaments suddenly earned significantly more money than before Tiger arrived. The rising tide of Tiger's popularity lifted all boats in the golf world.
What's the point here? One person can change the game, and Tiger...
Is that when Tiger came in?
That's when Tiger came in.
Well, he brought a whole new audience.
He brought a whole new audience.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Caitlin Clark is doing.
Patrick Bet David sees the exact same pattern unfolding with Caitlin Clark. In women's basketball, the WNBA has been financially struggling for years, losing approximately $50 million annually. According to Bet David, this financial reality explains why player salaries have remained relatively low compared to their male counterparts. But Clark is single-handedly changing that equation.
And guess what happened to the total purse? Now, the total purse is the money that goes to the players. It went up. And suddenly, guys finishing in the top 10 of a golf tournament were making as much as they were 5 years prior to win a tournament.
Here, her tremendous impact on attendance viewing and merchandise sales is providing possibility for a completely revived league with stronger financials for everyone. This economic change explains why B. David accentuated Angel Reese's approach is erroneous. Instead of viewing Clark as competition, snatching her shine, Reese should acknowledge that Clark's popularity creates the door to greater contracts for all players in the WNBA.
People need to see, I think history is repeating itself, and Caitlin Clark could be raising the tide and lifting all boats. And I think Angel Reese needs to take a pill because there is a great opportunity here, and I think jealousy is reigning supreme here.
The Tiger Woods parallel makes this crystal clear. Stars like Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els, and Vijay Singh didn't complain about Tiger's attention. They appreciated playing for significantly larger purses. Every weekend, those golfers earned millions more throughout their careers, specifically because Tiger Woods existed and attracted so many new fans to the sport. When a transcendent athlete elevates an entire sports profile, everyone benefits financially. It's not a zero-sum game where Clark's success means less money for Reese. Clark isn't taking money from Reese. She's potentially rescuing a league that's been financially struggling for decades by creating a financially viable WNBA with far greater earning potential for all its players.
So how many people did he make rich? By the way, If you ask me, pre-1997, how many golfers I knew? The only reason I knew Lee Trevino is because he was the most expensive golf cart. It's the only reason. I've never watched Lee Trevino play.
Yeah.
I had his golf cart, and everybody would brag about it. And he had a few, I'm telling
Lee Trevino.
And then he joins. He gets into it. You're like, what is this all about? You had Middle Easterns on the freaking golf course. They don't belong on a golf course.
But they were hanging on the sand.
Yeah.
They were in the sand
They
the
were
whole time.
spending time on the sand, having like some real nice
They had more people go to Los Angeles Sparks game this year than the Lakers. There was more people attending the Sparks game this year than Lakers. Or did you hear about this? But when you receive people, bus and seats, pay for people changes, cash flow changes, so you're right.
They had more people go to a Los Angeles Sparks game this year than the Lakers. There was more people attending the Sparks game this year than Lakers. Did you hear about this? But when you get people, butts and seats, pay for people changes, cash flow changes. So you're right.
When Stephen A. Smith suggested Clark's skin tone was the real reason for her success, he created a debate that's dividing the entire sports world. His exact words, "Everything about her is white." Let that sink in. One of ESPN's most important voices essentially claimed that Clark's success isn't about her historic scoring ability or her jaw-dropping range. It's about her race.
And you said the R word, Tom. I don't know why you were blocking it. Racism. Everybody's talking about, like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, which we'll get into, Pat, after we go. He's just going on these panels and going, you know what? First he's bashing Trump, and then he goes into Caitlin Clark, and she's, everything about her is white. And he's going on these anti-white race things about her and how black personalities would be more successful if they were white. It's unattractive. It's making this victimhood mentality.
This commentary acts like a cracked foundation under women's basketball, just as it's reaching new heights. Instead of celebrating the tremendous talent, bringing millions of new fans to the WNBA, these divisive voices transform achievements into racist talking points. Patrick Bet-David addressed these comments head-on, calling them race-baiting rhetoric that's putting gasoline to a fire at exactly the wrong period for the sport's growth.
A mag in a way that has benefited the league in ways that others have not, even though their have been worthy and deserving of being as celebrated, if not even more celebrated. And it's a reminder that no matter how far we believe that we have advanced as a society, there's still such a long way to go, because in the end,
Look, this guy's embarrassing, bro.
You're bright, you're right, and as a result, the shine comes your way in the eyes of a lot of people.
The racial narrative completely crumbled when Bill Maher confronted Charlemagne the God during their heated exchange, when Charlemagne expressed the sentiment that black athletes don't receive the same acclaim despite equal talent. Listen to this.
But it's race-baiting rhetoric that's adding fuel to a fire. It's like enough with the racist BS. She's nasty. She knows how to ball. Everybody else is jealous. They're pissed off because she's getting this. It's ridiculous. And we're never going to advance as a species. And we're never, if he keeps having that type of attitude. It's ridiculous. It's like, what? Everything has to go back to race. Everything has to keep going back to race. She's really good. Let it be that. And the other players should shut the hell up.
Maher asked a question that left him surprised. Why was Serena Williams such a big fame? Then this perfect counterpoint highlighted.
Because A'ja Wilson was the biggest thing when she came out of South Carolina. That's where I'm from. So she was one of the biggest things when she came out of South Carolina, number one draft pick. And she didn't get all of that. So what do you attribute that to?
I mean, you're saying that's racism.
No, I'm not saying it's racist. I'm just saying that I think A'ja Wilson has a point. And I think sometimes when, black women say certain things, we should listen, especially her, because I'm not in her shoes.
If skin color genuinely dictated athletic stardom, how could Serena Williams become one of the most renowned and highest paid athletes in tennis, a sport historically dominated by white players? Even more interesting is how established black celebrities have responded to Clark's triumph. Serena Williams has publicly supported Clark, offering encouragement rather than contempt.
Why was Serena Williams such a big star? Because people like that. They didn't not watch her because she was black, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
where are we with this?
I don't know. I'm just sitting back observing the conversation.
Come on,
That's
not what
you're
doing.
in the conversation.
That's right.
I'm not a woman. I'm not
You're in this.
The tennis legend understands that remarkable talent transcends racial borders, recognizing that unfavorable remark typically stems from something far basic than complex societal issues. It's the human response to someone doing something others can't.
Serena told her. Serena told Caitlin Clark, I freaking love this, that there's no race involved. And Serena is black. Okay, so here's what Serena Williams said to Caitlin Clark. no matter what other people do, if people are negative, then it's because they can't do what you do.
Bingo.
Good for you to say something like that, right? Hopefully she'll continue to do what she's doing.
What's particularly damaging about these race-focused comments is how they undermine legitimate black stars in the WNBA players like A.A. Wilson, who's dominated the league for years with multiple MVP awards, are essentially being told their achievements matter less because of racial dynamics and insulting suggestion that discredits the genuine star power these athletes have earned through their exceptional play.